Hello, welcome to our assembly for Wednesday. I hope you've had a really, really lovely week. I hope you've been absolutely brilliant. I hope you've been fantastically well behaved for your teachers and you've enjoyed learning and you've had a really good time in school. It's been lovely being on the playground and seeing people smiling and being really chatty and chirpy when they come in the morning. So well done, guys. So today I'm going to do another assembly. Now, I know that we've had somebody who's asked about one of the Little People, Great Minds book about an artist. So I will dig that out, Taylor, I promise. But today I'm going with the theme of ordinary people. Okay. In the assembly on Monday, we looked at ordinary people who had been all of these things, the things that we want for you guys. They've been creative, they've been resilient, they've been local, national, and global citizens. And today I'm going to take a couple of these words and share a story with you about some real people who are, let's see, they are athletes. That's really important. They are passionate about what they do. They are proud of their abilities. They are aspirational. That's a big word, aspirational. They aspire to do something different, to be better than they are. They are inclusive. They accept everybody. Okay, let's have a look, shall we, at what we've got. It says, I am. And there's a line from a poem, Invictus, by William Ernest Henley, that says, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. And that means that you don't have to accept what you've got. You can work and do something different. And all of these things have been about people who have worked and done something different. And they have chosen to do that. So that's really important. So we're going to have a look at the Invictus Games. Now, the Invictus Games, first of all, happened in London in 2014, but they've happened in different countries around the world as well. And they're about survival in the face of adversity and the strength of the human spirit. And it's about people who have disabilities. And these games, like the Paralympics, were set up for people with disabilities. So I wonder if you recognize the guy sat down there on the floor. Put your hand up and tell your teacher who it is or who you think it is. Okay. Right, well, that's Prince Harry. That's Prince Harry, one of Prince Charles's sons and one of the Queen's grandsons. And Prince Harry was part of the team who put this sporting event together. So there are over 400 people from 13 countries that took part in the Invictus Games, a sporting event for wounded, injured, and sick servicemen and women from the armed forces. So teams came together, and the games used the power of sport to inspire people to recover, to get better from their injuries that they'd had, and to help people to understand and respect those people who'd served their country. So it's about being resilient and being passionate, saying, yeah, we love sport because of what's happened to us whilst we've been working for our country. We've now got these disabilities, but actually we can still have a value, we can still do things, we can still work really hard to be amazing. So here we go. We've got some of the athletes who took part in the Invictus Games in 2014. Okay, so we've got wheelchair rugby. Wheelchair rugby, if you haven't watched it, is the most fantastic sport. It's such good fun. These guys are strapped into their chairs, and can you see the base on the chair? The wheels are angled out like that to give it a really wide base, which means that it's harder for the wheelchair to topple over. But sometimes they kind of crash into each other and the chairs will roll. And then the athletes in the chairs use their upper body strength to kind of push themselves back upright. It's really, really fast paced and good fun. Archery. So you've got people with all sorts of different abilities who are taking part in the archery. And in this case, you've got somebody with just the one hand. Wheelchair basketball. And wheelchair basketball has been around for quite a long time, but it's got more and more popular, more and more famous and more well known. And it's really hard. I've tried wheelchair basketball, and I was playing basketball kind of once a week when I did this, and I thought I could just like shoot a basket, it's no problem, because if I'm here and the basket is there, then I can throw the ball that high. But when all of us who took part in it that first time were playing it, to see what it was like, we were all sitting on the chairs and obviously with that bit lower down. So we were all shooting just with our normal effort, and none of us were shooting, were actually scoring a basket because we weren't throwing the ball high enough. But it was really, really good fun. And actually, you've got to use a lot of different muscles because you've got to throw higher than you would do if you were just standing. But then you've got to use the muscles to propel yourself as well. It's a brilliant game. And the people who play it are amazing. Powerlifting. So we've got a guy who's lifting weights here, but this guy has lost both of his legs and he has prosthetic legs, but he is still able to lift those amazing heavy, heavy weights. It's far more than I could do. So there's no medal table, not like the Olympics, where you have the country who wins the most medals. But in the Invictus Games, you have somebody who comes in first place. But it's about celebrating what people do. It's about celebrating the fact that people are athletes, that people are inclusive. They do things together like we do at school. Everyone is welcome at Wincham. People with all sorts of body types are welcome at the Invictus Games. Okay? So we've got this key word, resilience, something that we want for you guys. And it might be the ability to recover from being ill, from being depressed, or going through something that's really difficult. Okay, so you might be resilient when Mrs. Bates gives you a really difficult challenge in maths. And I was talking to somebody today who has been resilient and stuck at it and was really quite pleased with herself. You might be resilient when Mr. Bounds says to you, I think your handwriting can be even better than that. I saw some people from Rabbit's class today who Mrs. Crawford had been giving them some writing to do, and they got loads of writing on the page. And they looked at the blank page at the beginning and going, oh, don't know about this. But then they did it. So well done, Rabbits. I walked around Squirrel's class this morning, and Mrs. Blades had a massive smile on her face because of all the wonderful writing that was going on. But you look at the empty page at the start of it and you think, how am I going to fill that? So you've been resilient. How can you do that in your learning? How can you stick at it? That's a question for you to think about in class. Now, there is another video that I'm going to show you. It's in the YouTube, it's in the Assemblies playlist. I can't share it as part of this presentation because YouTube gets complicated with it. So for the teachers, there is a video in the Assembly's spring term playlist called Dick and Rick Hoyt. Now, Dick and Rick Hoyt are father and son. Okay, so you've got a dad and his son. And this was posted by the Ironman Triathlon. These guys are unbelievable. They are absolutely incredible. Okay, so they're a father and son team, and they do races, they do triathlons, they do all sorts of things. And they do them together so that it's something they've got as a family, but they're a very special family. So I want you to watch this video and just appreciate how absolutely amazing these two people are. Have a lovely rest of the day, guys. I'll see you around school. Bye-bye.